From 2008 to 2010, I managed Google AdWords campaigns for a mesothelioma law firm. For context, those search terms have always been the most expensive keywords in pay-per-click. Back then, we were paying about $100 a click. Today, those same auctions can easily clear $900 a click. And because many of those leads came in via phone calls, tracking which keywords resulting in qualified cases was extremely difficult, expensive, and time-consuming. That was my introduction to phone tracking, and almost 20 years later, it's still one of the biggest unsolved problems for local service businesses. So today I want to talk about why. If you're a local service business that has ever run any online marketing campaigns, you likely get a very large portion of your business from over the phone. From back in its earliest days, tracking phone conversions from online sources, particularly from paid advertising campaigns, has always been a challenge, although it's gotten increasingly better over the last 20 years. In the old days before 2010, phone tracking was in its infancy, and most advertisers had to manually type phone numbers into the ad headline or ad text. Call tracking was available from third-party vendors, but it was expensive and you had to reconcile the calls against keyword and cost data manually, which was time-consuming and error-prone. In 2010, Google launched call extensions to capture the rapidly growing mobile user base. But call extensions only measured when a user pressed the click-to-call button in the ad. Google couldn't verify if the phone ever actually rang or if the user hung up immediately. In 2014, Google rolled out Google forwarding numbers. Instead of just counting clicks on a call extension, Google could now track the exact start time, end time, and duration of a call. Advertisers began setting minimum call length, such as 60 seconds. If a call hit the timer, it automatically counted as a conversion. In 2015, Google launched import phone call conversions via manual CSV uploads. Advertisers could download a CSV template and input the caller's phone number and the call start time. Google cross-referenced this against their GFN logs to correctly attribute the sale back to the keyword. This was better than simply measuring call duration as a means of conversion, but it was still largely a manual process. In 2016, Google added the ability to import conversion imports from the CRM Salesforce. However, while this did remove the manual uploads for some, the problem with this was that not everybody uses Salesforce. It's very expensive and is really only appropriate to enterprise companies. So most advertisers still had to rely on external call tracking providers, which boomed during these years as Google's advertising business grew. In the modern era, since about 2020, there have been a lot of new rollouts. One big one has been Google Ads Data Manager, which allows for many different external CRMs such as HubSpot, Shopify, and Zoho to plug into Google Ads with no coding necessary. And just in April of 2026, Google rolled out AI qualified calls so that now AI can listen to and transcribe call recordings to identify intent or purchases without requiring a strict duration threshold. Because automated bidding against certain CPAs or revenue targets has become the norm in paid advertising campaigns, having your data be even a little inaccurate can optimize bidding towards the wrong metrics. Most importantly, while all of these advances have been great for Google Ads advertisers, there are still a huge amount of conversions from other sources such as Google Business Profiles, organic search results, and other platforms that don't have any phone tracking at all and still require third-party tools and a lot of custom coding to get them to work properly. All these upgrades from Google, from the old 2010 call extensions to the brand new 2026 AI call features, are fantastic, but there is a massive, obvious hole in this setup. Google's tools are designed to solve Google's attribution problem. They want to prove that their keywords drove the phone call so that you keep spending money with them. But as a business owner, you aren't just running Google Ads. You have leads clicking from meta ads, typing your URL in from a direct mail piece, finding your local Google Business Profile listing in the map pack, or coming through organic SEO and your website. If you rely entirely on Google's forwarding numbers and native CRM imports, and there are a lot of CRMs that aren't even supported, then you're missing a huge percentage of your conversions that come from the platforms outside of the Google Ads ecosystem. This is exactly why I built a unified marketing system in Google BigQuery inside of Google Cloud. One that sees every lead from every source, track which leads actually turned into booked jobs, and feeds that intelligence back into your ads so they get smarter over time. Google, Meta, organic, everything. One tool that lets you see and optimize all of your online marketing channels. Instead of letting Google control the narrative, our stack ingests call logs from every single traffic source, paid, organic, social, and offline. We blend it with your CRM data in BigQuery so you get a single source of truth. You can finally see the entire multi-channel journey of a caller before they ever picked up the phone. So this is what our contractor marketing dashboard looks like. Every number here is connected to different data sources and piped into BigQuery in Google Cloud. And this is not just what Google Ads reports. So this is an example for a local contractor, but it could apply to any local service business like an attorney as well. So on the first page, we have the executive summary in which the ad spend data and conversion data across all channels, not just paid channels, is combined and kind of given to you in one fell swoop here. So up here, we have the total spend across all paid channels, simply because organic channels don't have any spend. Total leads from all sources, book jobs from all sources. This is connected to your CRM via API calls. The estimated revenue from all of the leads that came in. The blended cost per lead across all channels. And this next metric here, true cost per book job. Now this, you won't find this metric in Google Ads and you won't find it in Google Analytics, but this number tells you what it costs you to acquire a customer across all channels. And when you know that, you're able to determine a lot better whether your marketing is working for you or not. Your booking rate is the percentage of leads that turn into customers. And then your GBP phone clicks tells how many phone calls were generated from your Google business profile. This table below here gives you a summary of how each channel is performing in terms of leads, costs, and book jobs from each source. Most local service businesses really have no idea how many leads their Google business profile and organic SEO are generating. We measure this alongside all paid traffic sources to give you one universal source. So on the second tab here, we have local services ads. And these are an important source of business and customers for businesses that don't have a strong organic presence in the map pack or in the organic rankings. So even a lot of businesses that do have a strong presence still like to use LSAs as a way of getting on the very top of the search results page and giving themselves more real estate in the search results. So in this page, we break down total ad spend across all LSA campaigns, total leads from the campaigns, the cost per lead across all the campaigns. We also look at the leads breakdown by phone leads, message leads, disputed leads, and the dispute rate, because you can dispute leads inside of local services ads. And then finally here, we look at the performance across all the campaigns. So on the third page here, we break down all of the important metrics from the Google business profile. And this includes call leads, form leads, average rating, and phone clicks, website clicks, just basically a lot of different metrics related to GBP, which is an important organic lead source for a lot of local businesses. And on the last page here, we have all the important metrics related to local organic SEO, such as total impressions, total clicks. What's really nice here is we have organic form fills and organic calls. So these are calls from, form fills from your website, calls from the website, and the total leads gotten directly from the website and organic search, which is a really nice kind of thing to look at. As I said before, a lot of businesses can't measure this. But it's a really nice thing to be able to look at all of your different lead sources in one sort of universal place and determine what's really working for you. So without getting too much in the weeds with all of these metrics, the reason that I created this report is that without this level of data, it's very hard to make decisions as to where to spend your marketing budget. When you can see your cost and conversion data across all of your marketing channels, you can make informed decisions. When you can't, you're flying blind. Over the next several videos, I'm going to show you every piece of this system, from setting up call tracking so you know which ads and sources are generating real calls, to connecting your CRM so job outcomes flow back into BigQuery, to uploading that data back into Google Ads so the algorithm finally knows what to optimize for. By the end of this series, you'll have a complete picture of what it looks like to run contractor and local service business marketing like a data-driven operation. So if you found this video useful, hit subscribe, as I'm releasing more videos about how to implement this system for your business. Thanks a lot for watching.